between 16 until you got to the DSS. Were you in communication? Was your office in communication with the drivers via phones? Or what was the story? Were they held up somewhere? They needed to refuel? They needed to eat, or what?
We wouldn't be in contact with the drivers of the marketers, because the drivers are accountable to the marketers. We were in contact with the marketers themselves, who told us that they were in transit. But if you hear a story, you're in transit since the 16th and you've not arrived on the 20th, when we last spoke to them, I had an obligation to raise it as a national emergency to the DSS. Please intervene. Whether it was the DSS or the trucks actually arrived, and we have 100 already at 6 a.m. this morning, I'm happy to hear that. And I hear 200 are already within the Guagalada area coming into Abuja.
You agree with us that your happiness of the recovery or the arrival of 100 trucks also shouldn't make us not look into the mystery surrounding the late arrival of these trucks? I mean, this is Nigeria. It doesn't take that number of days from one point to the other for any truck to get to the next destination. Is the DSS or your office, are they looking into all of this? And how well are you tracking some of these trucks taking the petrol meant for the Nigerian public?
I share the same sentiments. And that is why we raised in PPMC the alarm when we didn't get those trucks coming in. Going forward, it is imperative that trackers are on the trucks that carry PMS and our products. Those are gaps that we have seen already, and those are things that we are working towards filling the gap, because, I mean, it doesn't take a rocket science to track a truck from Lagos all the way to Abuja. And so those are issues that we are working with the marketers and saying, going forward, if you're going to pick our products, you're going to have to put in trackers so that we can tell where those trucks are. I mean, in between Lagos and Abuja, it's a long distance to get to Suleja before we know exactly what happened to the trucks. We have to rely on phone calls made by the marketers to the truck drivers. You cannot be completely dependent on the information that is being received. And so we need electronic and automated systems in tracking products and in ensuring that the products that were discharged in the various depots actually get delivered at the station. It's a whole system that needs to be integrated and automated. Without that coming into place, you'd have these hiccups that we're currently experiencing.
So how soon, or how do you think the Nigerians can help you out here? Or you don't see a role for, everyday Nigerians?
There's a role for everyday Nigerians. Starting from today, we have decided that the number of trucks coming into every town will be published, so that everybody sees where the problem is and we can all fight this issue together. We are all Nigerians. I'm a Nigerian. Everybody's a Nigerian. Every right-thinking Nigerian will feel the pain that is being felt right now, that you have to queue for hours to get fuel. And that is not acceptable. And that is why PPMC has said it must make this thing work. This change must not only be said, it must be seen to work.
All right, about the supply of these products, some of the marketers say that supply has not increased, but demand is huge during this Yuletide. They say, for instance, 10,000 metric tons is given to major marketers every week, and they exhaust this before Wednesday.
We like I had reinforced, we had promised to support the whole system with a billion litres of PMS. As of today, 800 million litres have arrived and is being distributed. We had to opt what we normally supply. We have stations that before now, about 3 trucks would service them for 2 days. We have had to increase, if there's a particular station, we have had to increase from 3 to 7 trucks a day. This is replicated nationwide. The demand has increased, and we have also anticipated this increase and stepped up. The challenge we have in PPMC is that we have distributed these products. Some marketers have deliberately withheld these products and are selling it above pump price. We have engaged a DPR whose role it is to ensure that products are sold at the official price. We are working in collaboration with PEF to ensure that the trucks, as they're being registered, we know exactly the stations that they are being discharged. And so those are the collaboration we are looking at, that with the Nigerians, looking at the trucking. If a company comes in, you have about 30 stations, and you came in with one truck, as happened yesterday, we'll let Nigerians know.
All right.
We'll let Nigerians know that we've said that PPMC is to intervene with our own trucks.
Okay.
And if a marketer refuses to accept our truck, knowing that they do not have products to sell, but refuse to accept the products we bring, we'll let Nigerians know as well.
Welcome back. Our concluding moments now with Esther Nnamdi-Ogbe, the Managing Director of PPMC, talking about ending fuel scarcity. Well, you did talk about collaboration with several other agencies to ensure that, for instance, they sell at the appropriate price. Many complaining there, and that really is key. What kind of success, or how successful has that collaboration that you're embarking on been, especially with respect to ensuring that the products are sold at the appropriate price?
We've worked very closely with DPR and DSS, and they've been plenty of success. DPR has had to sell the station, the partner, the selling price. DSS has also made relative success. I mean, it's public knowledge that so many stations across the nation are selling above pump price, and efforts are being made to contain that cartel, because, I mean, you have no reason to sell above pump price. We've heard instances where it's been said that it starts from the depot, and we've also put in the security forces to start from the depot, move along the value chain, and see where these added costs are placed on the products that are translated at the pump station. So efforts are being made, collaboration is ongoing, and results have been achieved. I mean, DPR has made some arrests, and I think they have been aired. But in the background, a lot more work is going on, and soon Nigerians would know what had been done at this time.
So how soon do you think that this fuel scarcity that we currently experiencing will end?
We had made a promise that we would have no queues for Christmas. And we are committed, and we're working towards achieving that. And that's why we've seen the whole management of NNPC and PPMC taking every step all down the value chain to the pump station itself, the petrol station itself, to make sure that fuel is being sold. We are, I mean, if the 587 come in this week, I mean today, tomorrow, the fuel queues will be gone.
Very quickly here, those who live in places not as big as cities like Lagos and Abuja and even Port Harcourt, is the DPR or the PPMC also monitoring situation in those places?
PPMC has sent 36 staff to every state capital, because we saw that there has been there's a gap in knowing what trucks are coming in. We cannot rely on other agencies alone. We have to enforce the selling of those trucks as they arrive, so that we can monitor the ones that are being diverted, the ones that are being sold in other places outside the stations. There have been instances in some states where they did not pay for products, and yet they're having products being sold. I mean, there has to be an explanation how you got those products, because you didn't get it from us. And that shows, I mean, we are able to now trace where the money-making venture outside government-approved price is going on, and we're able to curb it from that structure that we've put in place.
So who is going to help put the trackers on vehicles? We know it doesn't take more than 30 minutes. Even the smallest Nigerian can put that on his jalopy. Who is going to help put a tracking device?
We're collaborating with the DPR.
And how soon are we likely to see that?
As soon as, I mean, it's an emergency. I mean, if we had electronic tracking, most of the problems we're currently facing would have been a thing of the past. So it is an emergency that needs to be addressed immediately, and we're taking steps to do that.
When you say immediately, are we likely to see that done before Christmas?
We are working with DPR, and we are ensuring that it's electronic. We have to I'm not an electronic person, but we've had the experts coming and they're working with us to make sure that these devices are deployed almost immediately.
All right, Mrs. Esther Nnamdi-Ogbe, Managing Director of PPMC, thank you for talking to us today.
Before I just I go off the air, we owe it as PPMC, because we are the ones who are supposed to distribute fuel across the nation, to tell Nigerians that we share the hardship. We are pained as you're pained, and that is why we've put everything out on the street to make sure that this Christmas will be a different Christmas. We are sorry for the challenge you've had to face, and we're doing everything in our power to make sure that this Christmas will be a different one for you. Thank you for having me.
All right, we'll be back in a moment. Don't go away.